Welcome back. I'm actually on what's called Greenland's farm now, and I'm just planting some sunflowers at the moment, and I shall show you why. So if we go to these fields, so these two here, the yellow ones, or the yellowy orange ones, they are both, what are they? They are wheat. I'm growing that wheat because I need the straw bales that come from it. This one here, the green one up here, is canola, and I'm growing that because now I know that people have done videos on this before where they've worked out what crops pay the best, and the end result is that the crops that have a better dollar value, you actually get less of the crop when you're growing it. So all the crops, well, oops, that's not even working at the moment. So it works out that basically all the crops, or I'm not sure about the root crops, but all the main crops end up paying about the same amount because you get more tonnage of the crop if it's a lower paying one. But I've got to admit that I still feel like canola pays better, even if that's actually not the case. So yeah, that one's canola in order to get me more money, because as I said, that's what I feel. And these two here I'm doing in sunflowers because I like the nice bright colour just before they're ready to harvest. So I thought that would brighten up my farm a bit. And this farm only has 5 fields that are crop fields, because all the rest of it's in dairy or grass. So that's why I'm planting sunflowers in this at the moment. Now, look, we're finally back on Greenland's farm, which I said I've been meaning to get back onto this one for a wee while after playing Craig so much recently. So there we go. I'm actually finally doing something on Greenland's. Now, there were 2 things I wanted to discuss in this video. The first is in relation to a comment that PA Ploughboy made on my last video, which was on Craig. And on that video I was mowing the lawns in my apple orchard, and I'd commented that my apple orchard looked completely different from his apple orchard, which is a real life one rather than a farming sim one, and perhaps mine was set up wrong and I had to redo it. And he posted a comment that said that the modern apple orchards, like the one that he's doing on his real life farm, the apple trees are very, very low to the ground. They look almost more like vineyards than apple orchards, and it's something to do with the way the trees are tied down and things, and they're much, much closer together. So probably, for a modern apple orchard, maybe doing a vineyard and saying it was apples would be more appropriate. But he said that my orchard looked about right for an older style apple orchard, one of the old ones. And since I'd been saying on that map all along that apple orchard was an old orchard that had been abandoned and things, pretty much, based on the comment that PA Ploughboy said, I'm going to leave it exactly how it is, with the trees spaced the way they are apart and using the same trees I'm currently using. So I'm not going to end up making any changes to that apple orchard. Thank you very much, PA Ploughboy, for clarifying that for me. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was an issue I've come across with YouTube, and this comment's going to be in particular for 2 good friends of mine, which is Fury Machine Gaming and AK. Now, about a week or so ago, I posted a comment and I got a response back from AK. His response was in Steam rather than on YouTube, saying, I don't quite understand what you're driving at with the comment you post under my video. I went back and had a look, and the comment that he was referring to was one that I'd written a response to Fury Machine Gaming and something he'd said in one of his videos. So I thought, well, that's weird. Had that comment end up posting under one of AK's videos? And then today I noticed that the last AK video I watched, he was using a trailed mower behind him, and he made a comment about how he was hanging it out the side like you're meant to, but he had done it before previously, not hanging it out the side. So I posted a comment saying that I'd actually seen real life pictures, which I have, of those same style trailed mowers that you can hang out either side of the tractor being pulled directly behind the tractor when there's not space to hang it out the side. And that, although it's probably not ideal having that mower directly behind the tractor, because it's you're mowing the lawns that have just been kind of squashed under the tractor wheels to some degree, it definitely is still correct, true to life based on these photos I've seen. And I noticed that that comment has posted, for whatever reason, under one of Fury Machine Gaming's videos. And I'm definitely not making a mistake when I'm posting the videos, posting comments on these videos. So the only thing I can think of is often when both AK and Fury Machine Gaming are in America, different parts of America, but they're both in America, and I'm in New Zealand, of course. So often when their videos are releasing, it's at times when I cannot watch them. It's way too late at night, or it's when I'm at work or something. It's just not a good time for me to watch a video when it's immediately after it's been posted, sort of thing. So I'll add it to my watch list on YouTube, so then later on I can go back and just watch all the videos on my watch list, and that way I don't accidentally miss out on these videos just because I can't watch them at the time they're released. And it seems to be videos on my watch list where these comments are being mixed up, and so perhaps when I've got two videos on a watch list and I post a comment under one, it's posting under either the last video I watched under my watch list or the next video that's on my watch list. I haven't sort of paid enough attention to know exactly which way around. But so what I would like to say is I'd like to offer an apology to both Fury Machine Gaming and AK in particular. If either of you receive a comment on one of your videos from me, it just seems to be completely left field and talking about something that you've made no mention of whatsoever, I'd like to apologise. It's probably a comment that's meant for a video by the other one of you. I mean, it's never going to be an insulting comment because I never insult either one of you. But yeah, it just seems that my comments are sometimes posting against the wrong video, and I do not know why. So if you've got a comment from me that seems completely out of left field for what the video was talking about or whatever, then I apologise. It was obviously meant for a different video. In the same way, if you've got a video that I haven't commented on at all and it was released like a good week ago or something, rest assured I have watched it, I have commented on it, so I do put comments under all of your videos as I watch them. I don't know why that's not working, but never mind. And obviously the comment that I put under that video is posted under some other video in here. So yeah, rest assured if it looks like I haven't watched one of your videos because there's no comment under it whatsoever, I can promise you I watch all the videos that you both post, and I comment under all the videos, and I hit the thumbs up under all the videos. So apologies if it appears I haven't commented under one. I don't know what YouTube is playing at doing this. I can't work out why it seems to be doing this. I don't know whether it's just started doing that suddenly or whether it's been doing it for some time. One thing that may be helping to cause the problem, I suppose, or not helping, is I'm sometimes logged in on YouTube on both my TV and my phone at the same time. I'm not trying to watch two videos at the same time. I'm not that intelligent to be able to do that, but sometimes I might be watching a video on YouTube and then type the comment on my phone, or vice versa. So perhaps that's what's causing the problem, and perhaps I need to stop doing that and only be logged in to YouTube on one device at a time. And going forward I will try that and see if that fixes the problem. But yeah, in the meantime, if either of you have received comments posted under your video that just seems to be totally out of left field and makes absolutely no sense compared to what the video is saying, you know, I'm commenting on something that hasn't happened in the video or something, I'm commenting on mowing lawns when you were planting corn or you know, something like that, I apologise for that. But that's why it's happened. It's because somehow or other some of my comments I've been posting have turned up on a different video that wasn't the video I posted it under, or I intended it to be under. But getting back to what I'm doing, so this is Greenland's Farm, which is an English map. I do find, because this is a very, very old map, this map came out not long after FS22 was released, so this map's just about as old as FS22 is. I have found that although there are some hills and things on this map, the ground seems to be a lot smoother and a lot flatter in a lot of places than on more modern maps. So I'm still enjoying farming on this map, and I'm not about to quit it and throw it all away. But yeah, it just seems to me somehow the ground seems smoother than it does on other maps, and often, like on an area that is flat, it seems perfectly flat, like as flat as a piece of paper, whereas on other maps, even where the ground is flat or is level, it's not completely 100% flat still. On this map, sometimes it feels like it is. So it is a bit different to do this map. I never sort of noticed that sort of thing before when it was the only map I could play on, so it was the only map I was doing. It was pretty much the only UK map out there when I started playing this map. But now, because I've got other maps to compare it to, it does feel that way. But I wouldn't take that as a reason not to try this map if you've never tried it. If you are still playing FS22, which I realise most people are not, if you are and you want to try a UK map, I still think this map is a really, really great map, and I'm still really enjoying working on it. Although a lot of my enjoyment stems from the fact that I spent so many millions of hours on this map in a previous time, sort of thing, and so it's the memories that brings back as much as the actual map itself. But there are bits of it that I just haven't seen any other map that's like it. It's got that very, very long driveway from the road down to the house, and I'm not sure whether that was intended to be a single lane road going down to the house, or whether it was intended to be a driveway. But the fact there's cattle grids on it make me think it was probably intended to be a driveway, and I've certainly turned it into that by putting a letterbox at the end of it and a gate at the end of it and things. So there's no doubt whatsoever that on this version of the map is now definitely a driveway, and I really enjoy that. That's a very, very common feature on New Zealand farms, actually, to have a very long driveway from the road to where the farmhouse is, because the farmhouse isn't necessarily butted right up against the road on a farm. So it's a very New Zealand feature, I'd say, and it's one of the things that drew me to this map and that I really enjoy. Yes, I'm still really, really enjoying this map. I'm also really enjoying Ballincraig, probably for the same reason as I'm enjoying this one, which is that I played millions of hours on it. Although in the case of Ballincraig, I was playing millions of hours on an earlier version of Farming Simulator rather than on FS22. This one, as far as I'm aware, was only ever an FS22 map. I could be mistaken there, but certainly I never started playing this one before FS22. But both of them, because I've spent so many millions of hours on them, I am really, really enjoying going back to them, and I've not given up on Valley Spring, which of course is probably my favourite map on FS22 of all time. So I've given it a bit of a break just because I was beginning to get slightly bored with my farm on there, just doing the same fields over and over and things. So I just decided to give it a bit of a break for a while, but I haven't given up on it, and I definitely will be doing more farming on Valley Spring as well. I would say overall Valley Spring is the best, or in my opinion, just for the types of farming I like to do, Valley Spring is the best map on FS22. So I absolutely adore UK and Irish maps, and that's probably the best of all the UK/Irish maps on FS22. But these other ones, I'm just really, really enjoying going back to them and just doing them again, because both this one, Greenland's Farm, and Ballincraig I've spent so many thousands of hours on, and yeah. Well, that was really all I wanted to say in this video. I want to talk about the comments I've been posting that have ended up all haywire and crisscrossed, and I wanted to thank PA Playboy very, very much for his comments about my apple orchard. In fact, I'll be keeping the apple orchard exactly how it is. So that mower that I leased, I'm actually, to tell the truth, I don't think I'm going to buy that mower. I found a mod mower I'm going to download instead to be mowing my apple orchard with, but certainly the apple orchard itself will be staying exactly how it is without any changes. Now I'm just about out of petrol in this now, so at the end of this row we might just lift the cedar up and go and put more diesel in the tractor here. I said petrol, I meant diesel. Actually, one interesting thing I found playing between this map and Ballincraig, which is quite funny, because right now the tractor I'm driving, if I zoom in on it a wee bit more, this is the Fiat Agri 180/90. So this tractor is 180 horsepower, hence it can have a seeder like this. Now in Ballincraig, of course, I have two tractors. I mean, I always have at least two tractors on all of my maps. So I'm going to have to fold up that thing. Yep, to get to the gate. So I always have I always have at least two tractors on a map, minimum of two. So I'll have a small yard tractor, which will have a set of front loader arms on it. I mean, I've got to be honest, actually, this is one thing you've probably all noticed. I never ever use, well, what are they called? Give me a second, we'll go into the store and have a look. What are they called? Yeah. Oh, yes, I never use telehandlers, or wheel loaders for that matter, on farms. And I suppose the reason for that is I've never ever seen a telehandler on a New Zealand farm. I'm not saying they don't use them, maybe they do. I don't frequent farms nowadays or anything. I have been on a few farms back in the late 80s, early 90s in New Zealand, which is why I set most of my farms I play in that era. And certainly during the late 80s, early 90s, I never ever saw a single telehandler on a farm, ever. So I don't know whether they actually use them in New Zealand farms or not, but they just don't feel right to me. I mean, I'm not doubting that they do use them in real life, I'm not suggesting they don't, but, I don't know. Oh, shoot, that's not what I wanted. I'm trying to open the lid on the front bit. I have to have a look here. Open the lid is open cover in. There we go. And then should be out to refill it. And oh dear, let's. Oh, I filled the wrong thing, didn't I? I meant to fill the diesel tank, not the seed. I had plenty of seed in there. Oh well, too late there. What we will have to do instead, since I'm now out of money, why is it showing as white? Oh, has it changed what? Oh, it has too. I'm going to have to not save here because it's planted cotton there for some reason. I didn't want cotton, so I won't save my progress there. And I'll redo that bit that I was doing. So it changed it from sunflowers to cotton, which perhaps you all noticed as I was busy doing it. You were yelling at the screen, but obviously I didn't hear you if you were. Anyway, I was saying, one thing that feels quite strange to me going from Ballincraig to this map is on Ballincraig, my small tractor is an old Massey 135, and my big tractor is the Fiat Agri 110/90. On this farm, my small tractor is the Fiat Agri 110/90, which is the big tractor on the other farm, and my big tractor is a Fiat Agri 180/90. And the reason for that is this farm has a lot more crop fields with 5 of them, so I won't be able to use a bit bigger equipment such as the seeder here and things. So for that reason I need a bigger tractor on this farm than I need on Ballincraig. But it does seem a bit strange that my big tractor on the other map is my small tractor on this map. So that's what I'm going to say. So now I've finished saying that, and as I said, we're not going to save because, as you can see, I've just got to put a whole lot of cotton in this field, which is meant to be sunflowers. In actual fact, the cotton I don't think will even grow because I don't think it will get warm enough on this UK map for cotton to grow. So we won't save here. We'll just quit without saving and go back into and redo this field in sunflowers, which is what it's meant to be. So I'll bid you all adieu and talk to you all again later. Thanks. Bye.